Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that's often misunderstood: self-care. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that taking time for ourselves is selfish, that we should be constantly giving to others, putting everyone's needs before our own. But what if I told you that self-care is not just important, it's essential? In fact, taking care of yourself is one of the best things you can do for your overall well-being, your relationships, and your productivity. So let's dive deep into why self-care is not selfish and why prioritizing your well-being is the key to living a balanced and fulfilling life. Let's start with one of the biggest misconceptions about self-care: the idea that it's selfish. This belief is deeply ingrained in our culture. From a young age, many of us are taught that being selfless, putting others first, is the ultimate sign of virtue. And while it's certainly important to be kind and compassionate, constantly sacrificing your own needs for others can lead to exhaustion, resentment, and ultimately, burnout. Think about it this way: if you're constantly giving without ever replenishing your own resources, eventually you're going to run out of energy. It's like trying to drive a car on an empty tank of gas. No matter how much you push the pedal, you're not going to get very far. The same is true for us. When we neglect self-care, we deplete ourselves physically, emotionally, and mentally. Self-care impacts every aspect of our health. Let's talk about the physical benefits first. Regular self-care practices, whether it's exercising, eating nutritious food, or getting enough sleep, help maintain your physical health. These are the building blocks of a healthy body and mind. According to Harvard Medical School, regular exercise is one of the most powerful forms of self-care. Not only does it strengthen your body, but it also releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones that boost your mood and reduce stress. Sleep, too, plays a critical role in self-care. Without enough quality sleep, your body can't repair itself, your immune system weakens, and your brain doesn't function as well. So, prioritizing rest is key to maintaining good physical health. Now let's move on to the mental and emotional benefits. Self-care gives you the time and space to process your emotions, reflect on your experiences, and recharge your mental energy. Taking time to practice mindfulness, journal, or simply relax can lower anxiety, improve mood, and help you become more emotionally resilient. In fact, the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology published a study that found individuals who regularly engaged in self-care activities had better emotional regulation and were more likely to cope with stress effectively. When we prioritize mental self-care, we also improve our cognitive function. Our minds are sharper, we make better decisions, and we're better equipped to handle life's challenges. Essentially, self-care is a tool that not only prevents burnout, but also helps us thrive in every area of our lives. Burnout is something so many of us struggle with, and it's often the result of neglecting self-care. Burnout isn't just about feeling tired. It's a state of emotional, mental, and physical exhaustion that occurs when we've been running on empty for too long. It happens when we give and give without ever taking the time to recharge. The World Health Organization officially classified burnout as a syndrome linked to chronic stress, particularly in the workplace, but it can happen in any aspect of life. When you're burnt out, you feel detached, unmotivated, and sometimes even hopeless. Your productivity suffers, your relationships strain, and your health declines. Physically, burnout can lead to a host of health issues, including high blood pressure, weakened immunity, and even cardiovascular disease. Mentally, it can trigger anxiety, depression, and a general sense of dissatisfaction with life. According to a report from the Mayo Clinic, burnout also affects cognitive function, leading to memory problems, poor concentration, and difficulty making decisions. This is why self-care is so critical. It's what helps you avoid reaching that point of no return. When we take time to care for ourselves, we're not only preventing burnout, but we're also boosting our long-term well-being. Here's where it gets interesting. Self-care doesn't just benefit you, it benefits the people around you too. When you prioritize your own well-being, you're able to show up more fully in your relationships. Whether it's with your partner, friends, or family, self-care allows you to be more present, patient, and emotionally available. Think about it. When you're running on empty, how do you interact with others? You're probably more irritable, distracted, or disconnected. But when you're taking care of yourself, you have more energy, more patience, and more capacity to truly engage with the people in your life. A study published in the Journal of Happiness Studies found that individuals who practice self-care and self-compassion tend to have higher quality relationships. Why? Because they're able to set healthy boundaries, communicate effectively, and handle conflict with more grace. When you take care of yourself, you're not only meeting your own needs, you're also creating a better environment for your relationships to flourish. Now that we've talked about why self-care is so important, let's get practical. How can you make self-care a regular part of your life? One of the biggest obstacles to self-care is the belief that we don't have enough time. But here's the truth. Self-care doesn't have to be time-consuming. It's not about taking hours out of your day. It's about making small, intentional choices that prioritize your well-being. Start by scheduling self-care like you would any other appointment. Whether it's 15 minutes of meditation, a walk during your lunch break, or setting aside time to read a book you enjoy, block it out on your calendar and stick to it. Even small acts of self-care can make a big difference when done consistently. It's also important to set boundaries. Learn to say no when necessary and protect your time and energy. This might mean saying no to extra work, skipping social events when you're feeling overwhelmed, or asking for help when you need it. Remember, self-care isn't selfish. It's about managing your energy so you can give your best to the things and people that matter most. Self-care isn't just about feeling better today. It's about creating a sustainable lifestyle that supports your long-term health and happiness. People who regularly practice self-care are more likely to live longer, healthier lives. They're less prone to chronic diseases, more emotionally resilient, and overall, more satisfied with life. A report from the National Institutes of Health emphasizes that regular self-care practices, like sleep, stress management, and physical activity, are linked to lower risks of heart disease, improved mental health, and greater longevity. By taking care of yourself now, you're investing in your future health. Self-care helps you build the resilience you need to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. And here's the best part. Self-care doesn't just benefit you in the long run, it improves your quality of life right now. When you make time for rest, relaxation, and joy, you feel more energized, more focused, and more fulfilled. So, here's what I want you to take away from this video. Self-care is not selfish. It's an act of empowerment. It's about taking responsibility for your own well-being and recognizing that you deserve to feel good, to be healthy, and to live a balanced life. When you prioritize self-care, you're not only improving your own health and happiness, but you're also better equipped to support the people you love and achieve your goals. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video on self-improvement, mental health, and well-being. And in the comments, I'd love to hear how you're planning to make self-care a priority in your life. Remember, taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. Until next time, take care.